One idea that I had a while ago was to have the chat visible on the stream starting soon countdown. So like as people are coming in, we can talk and chit chat. Although I was initially planning on waiting until chat was more consistently full at the very start to do that. But I don't think it would really hurt anything to do that. Like, I don't think it would be implicitly negative. Oh. Bandwidth? Don't do it. YouTube go top left to bottom right diagonal. Oh wait, like rotate it so that it's just one big strip making a giant X. I mean, that feels like it would cover up, like, the actual content. Oh, so it's behind the stream. Oh, okay. The stream's starting soon. My first plan with the on-screen chat, I was originally going to have Twitch chat just fully on the left, and then YouTube chat was going to be on the bottom, but rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. So like the chat messages came in from the bottom right, and then scrolled across up to the bottom left. But that felt like it was taking up too much real estate, and also I couldn't figure out how to do it. Yeah, okay. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and verify that the streams are streaming. And then add to game dev playlist. It would be funny if your stream was simultaneously watchable landscaping and portrait. That would be a really cool thing to try to do. Although I don't think it would be possible without like sacrificing half of the fucking screen real estate, because you would have to just duplicate your content. I mean, I guess maybe you could just stream twice. Go in ratio Cooper. That wouldn't change what's actually being displayed on the screen though. Okay. I think we're good. Like 11 minutes in, 0 dropped frames. Although bitrate has been fucking bungee jumping all over the place. Let us go ahead and launch Godot. Just overlaying the stream at 90 degrees so both transparent and your eyes would work it out. Well, that wouldn't work because you would have to rotate it 90 degrees, but then also just fucking obliterate the aspect ratio so that it would fit in the new orientation. Although that sounds like something that would happen on a Doug Doug stream. What the fuck? OBS, bro. Last stream I explicitly upscaled the game so that it would have more room. Stop making it small. Everyone who doesn't watch on portrait gets banned. So basically people who are not on mobile. Wait, actually no, even if you're watching on mobile in portrait mode, Twitch just displays it in landscape. Because it's about what the streamer is outputting. Also, one thing that I was thinking about trying to implement is putting a threshold detector on my microphone. Like, disabling the noise gate, but then, like, if my input audio ever goes above a certain threshold, I have to, like, do something as punishment in order to train myself to stop yelling as much. That sounds like it could be fun. Portrait monitors are super common in productivity settings. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Full screens work a lot better for multi-window stuff like coding, video editing. I am familiar with Pavlov. Well, I mean, why would that be paradoxically? A tall screen is basically just two smaller normal screens stacked on top of each other. Negative reward for bad behavior will never work out. Well, but it's not negative reward. If it's like something like do push-ups or like just some other exercise, that's not a negative reward. But it is a reprimandation. Also, negative reward for bad behavior absolutely does work out. Your kid fucking breaks the like a vase, no PlayStation for a week. Ah. All that does is people try to circumvent the negative reward rather than stop the behavior. Well, I don't. I I fail to see how they're going to circumvent the PlayStation being physically removed from its normal position. Like obviously that was just a random example. That might be too harsh for that particular scenario, but like, what are you gonna do? Just not punish them for doing a fucky wucky? They messed up. They did something that needs reprimandation. Go to a friend's house. People have friends. That's weird. I'm being sarcastic. Well, then that's just a good counterexample. You need to find a punishment that can't be circumnavigated. Because, like, you need some way in order to de incentivize undesired behavior. Also, depending on your income, it's very possible that the kid just has multiple consoles. Give a positive reward for good and nothing for bad? What? That just tells them that there's no... That just tells them that they're free to do whatever they want. That makes no sense at all. Also, this push block is just completely broken. The lack of positive is magnitude stronger than the lack of punishment. I don't know. I don't know. Like, if I had kids and one of them, like, just punched the other in the face and I just pretend it didn't happen, I feel like that would be, like, a pretty core memory. Like, oh, my parents don't care about me. It doesn't matter what anyone does. Like, that feels like a bad way to raise a child. Or like, oh, your kid is bullying people at school. I'm just not gonna do anything about it. Telling them, hey, that wasn't good, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's reprimanding them. That is non-positive feedback for a negative action. Telling someone that, hey, that's a bad thing you did, that is psychological reprimandment. It's a mental punishment. You're informing them that they messed up, which then gives the bad dopamine, the bad brain juice. Unless, of course, they just don't care. Interesting. It looks like Godot has a maximum zoom-in size. So this would not be acceptable for a vector-based game. Because you would need arbitrarily indefinite zooming. Okay, so it looks like it goes from 0.39% to 6,400%. Okay, I believe the last thing we were trying to do is push block, but the push block was being a piece of shit. I still feel like you should just make levels based on vibes or throw shit on the wall at this point. I mean, possibly. No, I know. Nothing is set in stone until you do push to public. And even then, you can fucking be like, nope, never mind. That was bad. It's just not recommended to do that. Typically, if you release it, it's out there. Although, like, at the moment, like, I don't really have any mechanics other than, I guess I have spikes. Spikes is, like, the only obstacle that I have. And I have nowhere to fucking put my headphones. Because I don't need headphones during game development. I'll just set it on top of my computer. Because, like, I like the idea of, like, the classic 3 collectibles per level. This was a falling rock. I guess I did get the break block finalized. That is functional. Fuck off with the ad score. A limited number of actions going through the level. That could be interesting. Although, I feel like for something like that, you would want like some sort of undo feature. Although I guess with levels these short, you can just reset the entire level. I should actually, project settings, input map, level reset. Oh, player heal, you can fuck off. Okay, the R key. And then, I guess, the select button can be the controller reset. And then if I go to player function level reset, and then do 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 do. Level reset, and then if I go to, oh, I just have reset level, pog. Okay, well that didn't do anything. Because I'm a dumbass every single time. Every single time I forget to throw it into physics. I don't like that it fucks up the name. Like, it's supposed to fully remove the node and then replace it. And it's also incrementing it every time. I don't like that. I also don't know why it's happening. How the fuck do I collapse all? I don't know if I can collapse all. What do you mean by made for certain software? It's the Go.ide for Go. It it has autofill and stuff. I mean, what else would I be using? This language is designed to be only supported by this IDE. I don't know if that's the case. You can't design a language to only be supported by a certain IDE. Because, one, it's open source, but two, someone else could just look at the language, figure out how it works, and then throw an extension into Visual Studio or something. So it's kind of impossible to make a language that is explicitly supported by a single IDE. Like, unless it's like the IDE has a custom compiler as well. So it's like it literally is impossible for, well, actually no, it wouldn't, the compiler wouldn't matter because you could build it in the other IDE and then just compile it here. The cases where that isn't possible for hardware related. What would hardware have to do with anything? This is software. That'd be too high effort to re-implement. Okay, I definitely just don't have context for that because that feels like that sounds to me like, oh, I just couldn't bother re-implementing it. If you're writing software for a specific piece of hardware, wouldn't that be firmware? If it's like for a specific piece of hardware? I think that's what firmware means. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go eat some ibuprofen. Okay. So the firmware is controlling how the input is received, and then the software is like, oh, this is the input. Let me do any arbitrary thing. So like the physical buttons on a controller. Like you press it down, it makes the connection, and then that's the firmware. Or well, connects the circuit or whatever it's called. Firmware to a computer BIOS, and the rest of the computer is just software. Okay, well, that would probably be more helpful if I understood how the BIOS works. The only time I ever interact with the BIOS is like when I was trying to turn off the RGB on my computer tower, and I failed. I couldn't find it. Hmm. Is BIOS like boot initial operating software or something? Boot initialize, maybe? Basic input outputs. The fuck? I never would have guessed that. Never. That makes absolutely no sense because the BIOS is like an entire menu based thing. That's not basic input output system. Not basic at all. It might not be super complicated, but it's definitely not basic. Okay. Brain, we need to make a video game. We need to make a video game and then sell it for $1 million. So we only need to sell one copy to some stupid, dumb person. Although if you did have indefinite scaling, you would have to have some really creative way of storing that. Because, like, storing this current zoom level. Image. Yeah, no, that's what my computer's BIOS looks like, I think, or at least one of my laptops. But yeah, I would say that's still not basic. Like when I'm thinking basic, I'm thinking just like command line level of lack of detail. Sounds like that. Mine didn't. I think it's just you have to press like F12 or F2 or something during the initial power on, and then it opens to that. Like a split. Well, if it's just for a split second, then that's not actually part of the fucking screen. That's the automatic boot up procedure. Okay, first zoom is 10%. Is it like just? Oh, it's definitely logarithmic. Ever seen a BIOS failure? You might have seen it for longer. Ooh, possibly. Well, I mean, I don't think I've seen it. It looks like it's 10% logarithmic. Because it goes 110%, then 121%. Wait, but that's plus 11 compared to the original. And then plus 11.1. Hmm. Nice. 41 minutes, 0 dropped frames. For now. Fuck, my neck is stiff. Man, like, I'm having zero thoughts right now. What the heck? It's like, it's like you're trying to start your car, but you didn't fill up the gas. So it's making noises and it's going brr brr brr, but then it's not actually doing anything. Like it's trying, but it got nothing to work with. Just Job is to check your boot device, and it runs the boot sector. Is the boot device like your operating software, like the main operating software? Okay. So just whatever thing is designated to be booted. Yeah, no, you can't boot without the boot. That makes sense. If you got no boot, you cannot boot. I don't like that my brain is doing absolutely nothing right now. Because, like, I don't know what, like, I don't know how to make myself have ideas. That's a skill I don't know how to execute. Usually the ideas just kind of happen, and then I permutate through the different ways they could interact. I guess maybe level 1 could be you, like, falling through the pipe system before you actually get to the sewers proper. And I need to, like, I don't have to lock myself to this specific level dimensionality size. I could change the level size if I wanted. If my sinuses would fuck off. Starting to think yawning might, like, massage the sinuses or something. Because, like, whenever I'm tired in the morning and yawning a bunch, trying to think of shit, that's usually when the sinuses start going more than frequently. More frequently than normal, rather. Hmm. Just slapping shit. But I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Just slapping shit down. Just go bada 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 bada. Oh look, it's a fucking thing. Blah blah blah. Like, uh, hmm? YouTube, what's your fucking problem? Audio. Oh, fuck off with the audio. Of course, there's no audio. The issue is, I only have like fucking two mechanics, player and spikes. Ignore the level goal because that doesn't actually count as a mechanic. That's just where you're trying to go to. Yeah, well, the collectibles don't do anything other than cease to exist when you collide with them. I don't actually have any way of tracking them. The only UI elements I have is timer and then end of level menu. I mean, I do have this guy as an enemy, and then I have the boulder. Although the boulder doesn't really do much without a way to like spawn new ones. Huh? Why is it HP manager? No. No, you don't need HP. And also don't deal damage. No, if the player comes into contact with you, fucking just die. Okay. So yeah, those properly kill the player. I mean, I could do the jelly escape route where I just make two more of the exact same enemy, but they just walk at different speeds. Ooh, look at him go. I guess I could do something to where, like, if a boulder hits the break blocks, it breaks them. No, fuck off. There we go. What are you doing? Why are you moving 2 pixels at a time? Fuck off. Why are you... What, that's 1 pixel? The fuck you smoking? That's clearly 2 pixels. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding? This is fucking asinine. Interesting. Okay. Oh, well, I can't do if body.name equals boulder because each boulder's, it's going to be like boulder, boulder parenthesis 1, boulder parenthesis 2. I guess I could just check the first 6 letters of the string. Go get. Or actually, how about this? Add metadata. If body dot meta get meta Godot, why are you so fucking stupid? If I have to grab the exact string of the metadata name and I typed it in camel case, don't fucking type it in normal case. Because that's just, okay, if I go, okay, it's enemy type equals boulder. This is never going to run. And then if you don't highlight this to double check, you're not going to realize that there was a mistake. Fucking stupid ass implementation. See, did not do anything. Why is it also still not doing anything? The boulder's probably falling too fast. It's just actually not colliding with the tiny pokey pokes. Or maybe I fucked up the string. Also, I'm probably spelling the word boulder incorrectly. Okay, yeah, no, so it's just not colliding with the spiky pokey poke. That's annoying. Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever. Fuck off. That's not an error. Why the fuck is that an error? It's not crashing or anything. I mean, I guess it's trying to call data that doesn't exist. Hmm. This is really annoying. That, like, the stuff is just moving too fast. It's just clipping past the stuff I want it to interact with. I mean, I guess I could do, like...
Ads will begin playing in 1 minute.
I guess I could do, like, quarter steps or something. Look off Tiny Nat. So, like, it moves it to the new location, and then it checks if it would have intercepted by checking every previous, like, what's the fucking term? Interpolated area. Interpolation. That's the one. Hmm. That feels like something that should just be baked in. But I guess maybe not. Because, like, if you do want actual teleportation and stuff, you don't want it detecting everything in between. Oh, well, that's neat.
Ads are now playing.
That's cool. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just just make a clone of just some existing game so that I can learn how to make things without actually having to have ideas. So let's just do mechanic from Super Meat Boy. Saw blade launcher. That's a good thing. So we should probably have saw blade first. So area collision. Ignore the part where the boulder already exists. Hang on. Just like, excuse me. Map triggers. I already have the kill box. Instantiated scenes can't be. Oh, that's so fucking lame. Fine. Oh my. Godot, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why can I not click Control A to select all? Control A is the universal select all button. That's what every program uses. Control A is not add. Maybe Control Alt A, but not Control A. Okay, so buzz saw. Okay, I need to organize this shit. Except, let me fucking full screen this. Thank you. Okay. Oh right, I forgot. It's stupid. It doesn't let me view them both on the same. Okay. I'm getting way too upset right now. Yes, I know this is the file system. Let me have another one. Can I not have two fucking file system docs? Godot multiple file system docs. Okay, looks like you need a fucking plug-in to do that. Okay. Okay, so sprites. Should sprites be stored in isolation? Or maybe they should be stored with the relevant game asset. It's probably better to store them in isolation. Just so it's easier to search through for like people that are looking at the source. Because then it's like, oh, I want to extract all game assets. It's just, oh, let me just grab this one folder. Man. Making shit from scratch is not as much fun as modifying stuff that already exists. Or at the very least, in this particular context, my brain is just not vibing. Sort by type. Yeah, it is definitely, at least in compared to this, it is a lot more fun to just look at a pre-existing game and think about like things that could have been done differently. But that's because you already have a whole ass template to work with. No, no, fuck off. Collapse hierarchy. Okay, so we got scripts, scenes. Man, having actual like game scenes and then also individual game objects be the same thing is mildly annoying. Although I do see like how it would be useful to be able to just instantiate an entire scene inside of another scene. But that's gonna make this annoying. Nodes. Game objects versus levels. All these scripts can go down into scripts. Level 0, level 1, main menu, that can be a level. End of level menu, no, that's a game object. Map trigger, checkpoints, I'll keep that. Well, again, Like, this is fucking game objects. Then again, enemies are also game objects, and organization is pain. Organization is the opposite of progress. Not really, but it feels like it sometimes. No, I do not want to be doing this right now. This is boring as shit. Man, what? This feels like the kind of thing that would be better done off stream. Because then there's like, it's a different mental setting. Because right now it's like, I'm not making progress, so I'm just wasting everybody's time. Whereas if I'm just sitting on my computer on my own, it doesn't matter if I'm like doing nothing. Because it's a very weird mental sensation. Whenever I'm trying to do something, specifically in front of the camera, quote unquote, and then just not able to do it. I'm not even sure how I would describe the emotion. It's just like, it's like the psychological equivalent of just like pushing against a wall that's just not moving. But it's like, you feel like you should be able to push the wall over, but it's just not. And then you're just getting nowhere. It's like, it's barely been an hour and we haven't, well, I haven't done anything. If anything, I made this shit worse by moving it and then not also reorganizing it. Maybe I should just not do this project. Maybe I just don't psychologically vibe with this particular part of the game dev process. Huh? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck? Oh, I know what the fuck. I changed the hierarchy. The fuck? The fuck? Oh. There's an extra attempt to call function. I'm gonna scream. I'm not actually going to, but what the fuck just got changed? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just. Why are all file paths not dynamically updating? I feel like that should be a thing. I feel like if it is a file path, it should dynamically update if I relocate where the level is. That is so annoying. The fuck do you mean? Scenes, levels, main menu. Oh my god, fuck. Excuse me? Main menu. Nodes slash levels. Oh my goodness, everything is. Fuck. Why does everything break after just a simple rename? That should be dynamically updating. Like, anytime something is, like, connected to a known thing. I don't even know. Main menu? grid container. Nodes. Game start. Nodes. Nodes. How about this? The path you are trying to access. New scene path. Does not exist. Okay. So that'll at least tell me what scene was attempted. Or rather, error. Scene path is invalid. Error, scene path, blah, is invalid. Loading main menu. The hard health value in game. Is that fucking stored as a float? It's stored as a. Why? That was also a thing on like an old Mega Man game that I was messing around with in Ramwatch. Like the weapon ammunition was like it's displayed to the player as an integer, but I guess because they have multiple weapons with different ammo counts that use the same display bar, it's more like percentage based or something. But yeah, no, I will never like unless maybe like it's getting stored in a different format than it was originally written. Like something like the health is an integer. There is no partial health values in Prey. At least not to my understanding. And even if there was, it definitely doesn't need to be stored as a double. Like, holy fuck. specifically intended to throw off would-be cheaters. How the fuck is that supposed to throw anyone off? You find the health value in Cheat Engine and then you just freeze it. Good job. You failed at your job. Like, this is. It's not like this is a multiplayer game where like you need to account for cheaters and stuff. Like that's just such excessive overkill for a single player game. Like that does not need to that does not need to be that way. Like I sincerely hope that that's stored in a weird format due to compilation and that's not how it was originally actually written. Hmm. Might be an artifact of the engine, possibly. You could maybe it would maybe be harder, but you could maybe try and like find whenever the like reset game menu pops up, because like the no life signs menu, because that only shows up when you die. Mm. I'm actually a little surprised that the game itself just doesn't track that. Like, if you give the player a quick save feature, you should absolutely be tracking how many times they die. Because they're going to save right before, like, a major battle. And possibly even save just in the middle of the fight. Okay. You know, it's kind of wild. The bitrate's been going just like fucking all over the place, but I haven't dropped any frames. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, it's just very odd. Hmm. I think I'm starting to understand why people work on teams. Because I could just hand level design off to the person who actually knows what they're doing. Or maybe I'm just a slower type of game dev. And maybe I would be more efficient without the pressure of the stream. That might be worth looking into. Yeah, because like right now, yeah, no, yeah, brain is just dead. Brain is dead. That's the best way to describe it. Ideas are not happening. And I kind of want to do anything else at the moment. Hmm. I think I might consider going back to gameplay streams during the week and testing out doing off stream game dev to see if that's any more productive. Because there might be like a psychological aspect that would make me more productive. Because like right now I'm just actually doing nothing. Okay. Go ahead and save. Okay, I don't think any of my currently installed games would be good for short. I guess I could maybe organize some notes. We could go through those, or maybe like story writing. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws. Grasping at psychological straws. Hmm. Okay, yeah, I think I might just end stream. Because my brain is just fucked right now. And like, I'm not even sure what would be the proper steps to figuring out what is wrong, like what I'm not clicking with. But yeah, I think I'll try doing some off-stream stuff, see if that psychological difference has an impact. And then maybe we can do like little mini, like maybe small games, game demos or something for like week streams, and then do like the proper main game on the weekends. I don't know. I need to go. Bye bye. Have good days.